All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Ruach the honors the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that are pushing this word throughout the four corners, doing this thing with truth and sincerity. I want to say Shalom. And Lord willing, this is edifying. And this video is based on this guy, Donald Trump. And as we see, it's looking like it's a witch hunt for him. Even when he was president, when he was running for president, up until it was the his next election time against Joe Biden, it was all out assault for him. So now they're trumping up charges on him. All right, and as it's looking, it might be it might be some insurrection going on again. Now, the insurrection they called on January 6th, that wasn't even what, by the definition, insurrection. But I got two of these articles. It says barricades unloaded near Manhattan criminal court ahead of possible Trump indictment. So they're saying it's just an indictment. It's not a conviction. All right. But it says barricades arrived outside the Manhattan criminal court Monday morning as New York City braced for potential charges against former President Trump, who warned over the weekend that he could be arrested as soon as Tuesday in relation to a hush money probe. And the hush money probe was the I think ex porn star, I forget what her name was. It was like hush money because she had some accusations against him. And her name's the tip of my tongue, I just forgot. So it says workers were seen unloading steel barricades from a New York Police Department truck, stacking them outside the courthouse in the Manhattan District Attorney's officers in Lower Manhattan. So they think it might be a riot, or they think Trump supporters might come out if this guy is arrested. And I think things might get hectic out there. Who knows? Antifa might show up. Some leftists might show up, and of course these conservatives who basically idolize him, they might show up too. All right, they're talking about the violent 2001 January 6th attack, and that was just straight up contrived. And the video showed how they were being that guy. He got convicted. He was being escorted throughout the Capitol by those police officers. And one person did die. A woman got shot. But it wasn't really as bad as they're projecting it out to be. But America, Babylon the Great, has to have a enemy all the time. You know, they always have to have that adversary. Like they had the Arabs back in 2001. All right, ISIS. They always have to have that enemy to fight. So this article says Trump will absolutely take mugshot, be fingerprinted if arrested. It says the former President Trump, longtime personal lawyer Michael Cohen, said on Sunday his former client will absolutely go through the formalities of being fingerprinted and photographed if is arrested in connection with the Manhattan District Attorney investigation to a hush money payment before 2016 election. I'm trying to figure out this chick's name, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Stormy Daniels. Yes, Stormy Daniels. You know? So they taking this as a big deal. But we're hoping, the true believers, we're hoping that something comes out of this, maybe martial law, some chaos, just to add on to the destruction of this place. So this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place in the city, next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." All right, so we know that time's going to come where even though those who believe in the Lord and are doing the work of the Lord, we're going to be faced with these insurrections, or we're going to be faced with these obstacles out here. But for the most part, we're going to be protected because we've done what the Lord required of us. But as for these people in the world, they're just going to catch holy hell. If they go out there and if he's on Tuesday, if he ends up going to jail, and these Edomites, they love him, so they may put some things together as far as who knows what, going shooting up places, inciting a riot, because they said Trump incited a riot in January 6th, but he kind of did, but then he took back his words, but he's totally controlled. He's totally controlled opposition. He made it seem like he was attacking the deep state, attacking the far left and those opposition on the Democratic side. But as you can see, when COVID came, he folded. He pushed the jab. He pushed it and had Operation Warp Speed, and then everybody turned on him. So this guy turned out to be a fake. He turned out to be a fake, but people still believe him because they're delusional, man. All right, so let me get scriptures. This is the book of Mark. This is the book of Mark, chapter 5 and 15 and 25, and it says, let me see. Let me see here. No, 3 and 25. Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 23, and he says, "And he called them unto him, and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand." So this place is divided with the left and the right. And Marjorie Green, that Edomite lady, she's fed up at the far left because they're pushing this, LGBT agenda. They're pushing pushing them on the children, and all these things they're doing, attacking the children. So she doesn't want to be. She wants to have a divorce. She said, that's what she called it. So a lot of these Edomites are fed up with their own system. These devils hating divided against each other. It says, and if verse 25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. So that end is gonna come. The end is gonna come where there's not gonna be any more elections. There's not gonna be any more presidents, vice presidents. It's not gonna be able to stand. It's not stable. Even when you're going into the whole voting system, the whole voting process, how that is corrupt with the mail-in ballots and all those things that happen. So people's trust in the system, as far as getting politicians in, they don't trust it. So there's only a certain amount of time where that's going to be no more. The whole process is going to be no more. They may put in a dictator, you know, or they may have a real insurrection. Cause hey, the Black Lives Matter, what they did during what they did during this guy George Floyd, they tore shit up way worse than the insurrection January 6th. That was a real insurrection, but they're not gonna do that because they're hypocritical. They're hypocritical, and they respect the persons. One person does something, and it's not pushed to the extent of the law as if someone else did it because they have favoritism. The Lord hates that unbalance, man. That's why he hates you so-called white people and you devils, man. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 21. And it reads, And the Lord shall be known to Egypt, and the Egyptians shall know to the Lord. Let me see. Let me see if it's the right one.